Peace and prosperity to all things in existence. I'm Illuminated One, and this is part two of labels, transferring, and projecting energy. First, I want to tackle money a little further. I want to get a little deeper with money. Take a look at these celebrities, guys. These celebrities sell their souls for a piece of paper. Their infinite divine selves for a piece of paper. You guys do not understand how critical this is. We are infinite divine beings. We are not paper chasers. We have unlimited potential to achieve anything we desire, but we choose to submit to a piece of paper. Why do you think the banks run the world? Because we are relying on them to provide paper to us so we can purchase our goods. That is ludicrous. In ancient times, we were a self-sustaining society. Now we're a society that is relying upon a government to take care of us. And that is a big issue because once we kneel to that, they have control over every aspect of our lives, and that is a problem. Currency creates one of the top aspects of what you would consider evil. My definition of evil is something that traps the natural flow of things. So let's look at money. If you don't have money, you are trapped, confined in this construct of what you would call being poor. That's a fucking issue. That's another label. A poor person. It generates a lot of hate because now you have the haves and the have nots. And the have nots hate on the ones that have, and the haves hate on the have nots because they think they're scum. And so eventually it just snowballs into something bigger and worse than what it is. And this is an issue. We need to address this issue. We need to wake up. This is a factual statement. Money cannot buy happiness. I don't give a damn how much money you have. You will never be happy. You will always feel empty. There will always be a void. So on top of all that hatred, we get hit with labels. We got the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. And you see how this works? I hope you guys are starting to get the picture. Because this is how they keep us divided. And they keep us bickering amongst ourselves. And we're too worried about what the next person has. That's the issue. That's the distraction. Because if we keep bickering and fighting about what the next person has, we will never know our true potential. So all this negative energy is transferred with currency. Now, I'm going to probably catch some flack about this, but I want to break down a couple things. And, I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Nothing good comes from currency. The only thing that would be remotely okay would be something that would shelter you from the elements and something that can get you from point A to point B faster. That's it. And even at times, those things aren't even good. There's nothing good about money. Now, some of you might say, "Oh, you're paranoid, you're tripping, whatever." I'm gonna break down some of these things so you guys can see what I mean when I say this. Take a house, for instance. Okay, you have to work your ass off to pay for a house. Okay, you have to purchase the home. You have to purchase insurance for the home, an alarm system for the home, etc., etc. You have to purchase things to keep your home updated. Now, with a home, it provides shelter for the elements. Okay, yes, you have memories in there, but compared to being in nature, being connected, you will not have that type of connection. You will not have that type of love. A house is evil. Okay, now look at all the things that happen inside of a house. Okay, majority of people fight in a home. Majority of people get their homes broken into. A lot of people get their homes, they catch on fire, etc., etc. All these negative things derive from that currency, that negative currency. Now let's break down a car. Okay, the aspects of the car would get you from point A to point B faster. Okay, but how many people die in car wrecks, in car fires, freak accidents, drowning in their fucking cars? The list goes on and on. The currency purchased that car. Okay, the negative energy from that currency passes on to that car. Look at your utensils that you eat with. Your pots and pans are made of fucking galvanized steel. There is lead in that steel. Okay, you scrape your fucking skillet, that shit's going into your food. And guess what you're doing? You're consuming that lead. You're consuming that steel. Well, everybody says, well, get copper pots. Where can I find a copper pot? I bet you if you look online, it'll probably be about 5-6 grand, and it won't even be real copper. Look at our phones. We purchase our phones. Recently, I know you guys have heard about the fucking phones that are exploding, catching on fire while people are sleeping. Look at your fans. Look at your heaters. All these things are hazards to you, and you don't even realize it. But here's the big kicker too. Wi-Fi. You guys look at Wi-Fi, and you guys are you don't even see what's happening to you. You are getting bombarded by this signal that is changing your molecular structure. This is a hazard. Being inside a home or being inside of a car produces so much noise. You're getting bombarded with all these different frequencies that you feel out of tune. They have solfeggio signals. Sorry about that. They have solfeggio frequencies that you can listen to get your body in tune, to help activate your chakras. If you don't know how to meditate, these frequencies will help you achieve that. But once you start listening to them, and then you come back to the real world, you'll feel the difference. You will feel the bombardment of it. Your TV, it lets off a frequency. Your fan lets off a frequency. Your children playing in the background lets off a frequency. Okay, all these things, your phone even, your Wi-Fi box, your microwave, your refrigerator, etc., etc. You are bombarded by these frequencies. And this affects your molecular structure. This slowly tears you down. All right, enough about currency. I hope I haven't lost you guys yet, but I want to talk about projecting energy. Now, you look at where our supplies come from. Okay? Look at the condition that China's in, or Japan. Okay? These third world countries, they have very poor living conditions. A lot of the people there are not happy people. Okay? Now, you see a fresh pair of J's at the mall, you're like, man, I gotta have them. But do you know the origins of where that material came from, or the person that made that shoe? They project their energy into things. Okay? Now that fresh pair of J's to you, the person that made them J's might be the one whose mother just died, or whose husband just whooped her ass, or or whatever. And they are feeling some type of way when they manufacture those shoes. You guys have to pay attention to how deep this is. How many flashy people do you know? How many people do you know had their chain snatched, their shoes taken, getting killed because they got some fresh gear? Think about that for a second. Okay? That negative energy flowing from that shit drew that in. You have to understand that. And the crazy thing about it all, when it comes to transferring energy, they start us young. They really do. And I want you guys to do something next time. I want you to go to a Walmart or a Target, Kmart, a department store like that. And I want you guys to go look in the kids aisle, the toy aisle. Okay? Now, for the girls, majority of what you'll see is Barbies or babies. And for the boys, you'll see cars and you'll see guns. At an early age, we are indoctrinated into this system. We are taught hate. Okay? We are taught to think less of ourselves. And that's the issue. We need to realize that we are infinite. And once you realize this, I promise you that you will be able to break free from this system. Nothing here in this construct will no longer affect you. You just have to believe from within. The frequency our society puts off is negative. It's hate. It's money, bitches, drugs. It's sad. We need to wake up, people. We need to do better than this. We're coming into an age of enlightenment. So we need the enlightened ones to come together, and we need to help everyone understand what is going on and how critical this is for us. I'm going to cover fear in my next video, and I really want you guys to pay attention to what I say and how I say it, because I think it's going to open a lot of eyes. Peace and prosperity to all things in existence. This is Illuminated One.